Hello grade 5, this is your English lesson for today. Today is 19th of April. This is your last lesson. This is unit 10, the last unit in your second semester curriculum, and we are going to have revisions and exam after we finish this unit. I hope you are doing well and I miss you so much. Let's start our video. Now this is unit 10. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic means don't feel afraid. Don't be frightened. The vocabulary list 1 is going to be boxing. Boxing. This is a sport. Take off. Take off. To put away your shoes or clothes. Sorry. Googles. Googles. These are a kind of glasses that you may wear underwater in order to see fish and coral reefs. Life jacket, life jacket, life jacket. Canoeing, canoeing, canoeing. Elbow pad, elbow pad, elbow pad. Canoeing is a kind of a sport or a water sport that you use a raft and a boat, a small boat. Now elbow pad, elbow pad. These are covers to your elbows you wear when you are in a race or when you are using bikes or motorbikes. Golf, golf. Golf is a sport using a bat and a very small ball, a wide ball that you put into a hole underground. Put on. Put on is opposite of take off. Put on is the opposite to take off. Take off, you put away your clothes, but put on, it's to put on your clothes on your body. Earthquake. Earthquake is a kind of natural disaster. Panic. As I told you at the beginning of the video, panic is to feel afraid or frightened. We are going to match the words to the pictures. First of all, this is elbow pad, and elbow pad is number 6. Panic, 10. Golf, 8. Boxing, 2. Take off, yes, 7. Life jacket, 9. Canoeing, 5. Earthquake, 1. And put on, number 3. The last one is googles, it's number 4. Now, as we usually do in our videos, we are going to put the words in sentences in order to make sure of understanding the meaning. Let's start. The first word is boxing. Boxing, boxing. It's good to practice boxing to protect yourself. It's good to practice boxing to protect yourself. Take off. Take off. Take off. You have to take off your shoes at the house door. You have to take off your shoes at the house door. Put on. Put on. I can put on my shirt without help. I can put on my shirt without help. Life jacket. Life jacket. It's important to put on life jackets before swimming. It's important to put on life jacket before swimming. Googles. Googles. I usually put on goggles when I dive into the sea. I usually put on goggles when I dive into the sea. Canoeing. Canoeing. My brother is good at canoeing. My brother is good at canoeing. Elbow pad, elbow pad. You must put on the elbow pads when you ride a motorcycle. You must put on the elbow pads when you ride a motorcycle. Golf, golf. My favorite sport is golf. My favorite sport is golf. Panic, panic, panic. Don't panic. It's just a small spider. Don't feel afraid. It's just a small spider. Earthquake, earthquake. An earthquake is a natural disaster. An earthquake is a natural disaster. Now we are going to have a vocabulary homework. You have this sheet. I sent you the PDF form of the sheets in order to print them out and answer using pens. You have to study these words for next time's dictation, and you are going to answer the sheet alone. I will help you with just 2 here in the first question and 2 in the second question. Number 1 is boxing, missing an I, boxing. Number 2 is, yes, I can hear your voices. You are very good. Grade 5. Take off. Now, my friends, we are going to get to the next to the second question. Unscramble the letters to write correct words. Number 1 is sorry, boxing. Number 2 is elbow pad. This is left for you, and also the rest of the question in number 1 is left for you. Now we are going to have a listening quiz. You listen first and shade, then you look at the answers. Number 1 is, I don't like boxing because it's dangerous. I don't like boxing because it's dangerous. This is number B. Number 2, I have to put on my life jacket when I go swimming. I can't swim. I have to put on my life jacket because I can't swim. Number 3, I always feel panic, or I always panic before exams. I always panic before exam, because panic is verb. It's H. Very good. Next one, or number 4, is I have to take off my shoes at the door. I have to take off my shoes at the door. Number 5, I don't have elbow pads. I don't have elbow pads. It's F. Next one, I put on my uniform when I go to school. I put on my uniform when I go to school. It's I. Next one, number 7, I have purple goggles. I have purple goggles. Number 8, I am not good at canoeing. I am not good at canoeing. Number 9, I am interested in learning how to play golf. I am interested in learning how to play golf. The last one, last year there was an earthquake. Last year there was an earthquake. Okay, Again, you must listen to me and answer the questions before you look at the answers. Be honest and be sure that you understand the questions and that you answer them correctly alone. I am not going to help you with this question, and I am only going to read the sentences and you will listen to me and write true or false. Let's start. Number 1. The goggles protect your eyes from dust underwater. The goggles protect your eyes from dust underwater. Don't take off your clothes because it is very cold. Don't take off your clothes because it is very cold. Would you like to play golf next week? Would you like to play golf next week? They went canoeing in the wilds of Canada. They went canoeing in the wilds of Canada. He will put his hat next year on his head. He will put his hat next year on his head. I put on my life jacket and told the children to do likewise. I put on my life jacket and told the children to do likewise. Ben had a panic attack. Ben had a panic attack. The earthquake was the biggest one that we had ever experienced. The earthquake was the biggest one that we had ever experienced. He thinks boxing is good for kids, that is toughens them up. He thinks boxing is good for kids, that it toughens them up. Okay, you are going to listen to me. You can stop the video and repeat listening to the sentences, and you have to answer alone. Let's go to the next question. Complete the missing words in the sentences using the box below. We have the words in the box. We have canoeing, we have boxing, earthquakes, life jacket, panic, put on, and goggles. Tom always wears what when he swims? Tom always wears what when he swims? Life jacket. Next one, many doctors believe that what is too dangerous and should be banned. Many doctors believe that what is too dangerous and should be banned. Of course, boxing. The fire caused an what in the theater? The fire caused a panic. Sorry, this is wrong. It's a panic. A panic. The fire caused a panic in the theater. Many houses were damaged in the earthquake. Number 5, they do lots of fun outdoor activities like what? Hiking and camping. Canoeing, hiking, and camping. We should wear what when we go diving? When we go diving, diving is going underwater. Yes, googles. She, her coat, and went out. And went out. When you go out, you put on. When you get in houses, you, yes, take off. Now let's get to the grammar point. We are going to have a rule about using reported speech, comments, and requests. Reported speech is very, very important. You have to study this video so hard, and you must be very aware of everything that I will explain now. What is direct speech? For example, this is Ali. When Ali gets up in the morning, he may say, "Today I am very happy. Today I am very happy." And his sister goes to her mother and says, Ali said that he was very happy. Ali said that he was very happy. Okay, this is reported speech. So when you say the words from your mouth to somebody else or just for yourself, this is called direct speech. But when you say some words that are not yours, that are of somebody else, you are saying the reported speech. In other words, or in Arabic, I will say in Arabic, excuse me, عندما تقول شيء من شخص إلى شخص آخر and they are not your words. These words are not yours. You are just reporting. You are just taking the words from others and you tell others about them. This is the reported speech. Now we have a nurse and we have this girl. They are going to talk directly, or they are going to say direct speech to each other. For example, the nurse said, "Eat vegetables and fruits." Eat vegetables and fruits. This is called direct speech. When the nurse say the words by herself, this is called direct. So it's كلام مباشر. When you عندما تقول أشياء بنفسك هو الكلام المباشر. When this girl goes back home and tells her mother about what the nurse told her, هنا كلام غير مباشر. البنت هتبلغ مامتها ايه اللي النيرس قالته. Examples for reported speech. The nurse told me. Here, who is talking? The girl. Whose words are these? The nurse's words. The nurse told me to eat vegetables and fruits. This is called reported speech again. Okay, so كلام مباشر when you say it, كلام غير مباشر when you tell somebody else about the words of others. What happened to change from direct to reported? First of all, the nurse said eat vegetables and fruits. The girl said the nurse told me to eat vegetables and fruits. What happened to change? Said becomes told first. Number 2, the quotation marks. These are called quotation marks. Can you see them? The quotation marks here disappear. They are not here. Can you see here? There are no quotation marks. No quotation marks in the reported speech. We use quotation marks, or these marks, you know them in Arabic even, in direct only, direct speech only, but in reported speech we don't use them. And we use to in order to make sure that we connect the two parts of the sentence. This is one part of the sentence and this is the other part of the sentence. We connect them with the word to. Here, instead of this comma and these quotation marks, we make this capital letter a small one and we put to. Okay, so our grammar is called indirect or reported speech. Now this is the rule. We have positive or affirmative request, we use to. And we have negative comment or negative request, and we use not to. Not to. Form 1. In affirmative comments, the direct speech. This is an example. Mom said, tidy your room. Mom told me, tidy your room. Okay, when I tell my father, for example, what my mother told me, I will say, Mom told me to tidy my room. There are some changes from this direct to this reported. First, we said we changed or we added told. If there is said here, we change it into told. If it's not here, we add told. Tidy becomes too tidy. Too tidy. Your room. My mother was talking to me and she was saying your. When I tell the words again, I will change your into my room. Okay? The negative comment. In the direct speech, the policeman said, don't park here. Don't park here. In the reported speech, I say, the policeman told me not to park there. There are some changes in the sentence. What are they? Let's see. We added told. Don't becomes not to. Not to. Here becomes there. So there are some words that change and there are some pronouns that change, and you must use not to if you have don't. So don't change to be not to. Now there are some pronouns and words that must be changed, and you have studied these by heart and you have to memorize them. For example, if you see in the direct speech the word I, you must change it into he or she. If you have me, you must change it into him or her. If you have my, you must change it into his or her. Your becomes my or our. Your for singular. If you are talking to somebody, just one, you can say your and you change it into my. If you're talking to many people, you change it into your. You becomes again we if it's plural like this, and I if it's singular. You can be used as an object pronoun and it can be us or me. Here becomes there. This becomes that. These becomes those. You are going to put this schedule in your copybooks. You have to write it 2 times in order to memorize it. So your homework is to write this table 2 times along with answering the sheets. Now we have this homework sheet, just one in order to train you on it, but we are going to have many questions next times, inshallah. If you can change the sentence from direct to report speech, I am going to help you with number 1 and 2 only. Now we have this sentence, stay away from me. Who's saying this? Mary told me. So I am going to start by Mary told me. Mary told me. 2, as we said before, we are going to connect the 2 parts of the sentence with the word to. Stay away from. Me, who is telling, or who is talking now? Mary is talking. When you say me about Mary, you say her, you don't say me. But if you say me here, if you wrote me here, this means that you are talking, but it's not true. You are not talking. Mary was talking. Next sentence we have, don't trust your colleagues, he told me. Who is talking? He. Whoever he, we don't know whom is he. Now we are going to start. He told me. We have don't, so we don't write to. We write not to. If you have don't, you write not to trust my colleagues. Now your becomes my, because if you are talking, you are going to talk about yourself. So you change your into me. So the rest of the sheet is your homework. Thank you for watching this video. See you next lesson, inshallah. Hope you do your homework and goodbye.